All right, we're doing a classic today, creating a tree based off of asterisk, make a tree. So we have to set it up in this exact format here where it's 9, then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we need that space in there. There we go. So make a tree. Here we go. So we know, first of all, that it's going to look like this. So I'm going to show you this as if I've never done this before. So there are 9 stars and there are 9 rows. When I'm thinking of how am I going to build, I know I need a nested loop. Your nested loop can be broken down a lot into rows and columns. So I like to use row less than 9. Actually, I'm going to have a less than or equal to because we want to know which row we're on. And I like to when I'm actually counting through the rows, start at 1 instead of 0, and so that will be that, and then int call equals 1, call is less than or equal to 9 as well. I know there's going to be a total of 9 now. I know this isn't going to be right in the end, but when I'm starting out and trying to figure out these problems, sometimes there's easier ways to think through them if you break it into parts. So this I know will be a 9 by 9 square. Then I need to figure out how do I get less and less stars each row going down. Then I need to figure out how do I push the stars over so that I can make this triangle exactly how it is. So make this tree. So first I would print my star and a space, which is what it looks like. And then after I go through and make 9 with that inner loop, I just am going to create a new line. Now this is not going to be a print ln. That's my fault right there. So I run, and this should make a general block, a square, a 9 by 9 square of stars. And there we go. So now, like I said, I need to figure out how do I go and make less and less stars each row. Well, I would need to change something in my inner loop, which is handling the number of stars that get printed. And so I either need to change what it starts at or what it ends at. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change what it starts at. That's the easiest or the shortest change. As my rows increase, my column is going to start, so every time my outer loop happens, I go to a new row. My row value increases. I'm going to use that to make my column start at a larger value every new row. So by changing this to row, it is going to start at 1 the first time and make still 9 stars, which is what we want. But then the second row column is going to start at 2, which will make 8 stars, and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then finally row will end up equaling 9. 9 is less than or equal to 9, so it will make exactly the number of stars we want. Okay, so before we print, we need to know how many spaces we need to print. So I need to create a loop that is going to include the number of spaces. I'm going to have the same really setup that I had before. I'll make edits to it along the way, but let's just start off getting something down and then problem solving. A lot of coding is a little bit of trial and error while using logic, and so this will be 9 spaces. Now I need it to be 0 spaces to start, and then I need it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. So less than row, if I make my row 1, and spaces is checking if space is less than row. Well, space starts at 1, so that would be 0. Print 0 times the first time through on row 1. Then when it's row 2, well, 1 is less than 2, so we'll print and we'll move on there. So here we have a space, and then we have our star tree. And if we check that in CodeHS, I can check my code. Okay, and we have our tree exactly how we want it. So that's it.